The Sabbath Breakers, which Stanley Spencer painted in 1952. Here we have Stanley giving a wry dig to the Cookham Lord's Day Observance Society, who disapproved of his painting on a Sunday. It shows Jesus and the disciples enjoying and gathering ears of corn as they pass along the bridle path, one of his favourite landscapes to paint. His use of textiles here seemed to reflect his view of the narrow-mindedness of the ladies. On a pleasant early autumn day, they are trussed up in their Sunday best. The ruffle of the lady in the red cloak seems to be exaggerated and almost choking her admonishments. The fur-lined cloak is more useful to a winter's day, heavy and closed, so weighed down by righteousness. The bonnet is reminiscent of a Quaker's mob cap. The Spirit of the Lord has moved her to speak out. She holds her dress to keep it possibly out of the mud, to keep it clean and pristine like her mind. Her friend's face, so well captured, is one of disapproval. She too is dressed in a long, perhaps woolen, heavy dress. The black, severe umbrella tightly furled, possibly another reference by Stanley to the closed mind. It is used in the attitude of disapproval, shaking a fist, but perhaps more ladylike. Interestingly, the arm should belong to her, but in fact it almost seems to belong to no one. Has Stanley tried to indicate these people are increasingly detached from reality of the day, the emerging openness of the 50s when the painting was completed? The man's jacket is a tweed pattern, a chessboard, and a favourite of Stanley's, and is repeated often in his other paintings. Is the man shielding his daughter's eyes from the sin of working on a Sunday, even though ironically it is perpetrated by the holiest of people? The little girl is wearing a jacket of another familiar pattern of Stanley's. It is almost a chainmail type fabric. Is she too being trapped into a mini-me type of disapproving attitude? Her pretty floral dress, at least, gives her a young and light feel. The author particularly likes the autumn leaves and poppies. They are painted with Stanley's natural love and precision of nature and countryside. As often, and in this part of the painting, behind this barrier of plants he is introducing the spirit of heavenly presences. Behind the leaves and poppies, Christ stands. Christ is dressed in a robe of spots, again, often used in other paintings. Looking closely, there is another person behind Christ with the same patterning. Who is it, and who has been accorded Christ-like spots? To the author, their use often reminds of Morse code, of which Stanley would have been aware in the First World War, and with the wider context of his religious subjects and his interest in other religions, this author likes to think Stanley has Christ tapping out a message. There is a need across the world for religious tolerance.